So we're at Synthfest with Alan from AGH Synth. 3 new products, sounding great, so there'll be 3 videos to come. Do you want to talk us through the phaser?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're, so what this is a project that I first started about 12 years ago. It's an all-analog phaser, which is based around the Electro-Harmonix Smallstone, which made very famous by Jean-Michel Jarre in his early albums.
I was going to say glorious with synths.
Oh, it's splendid. I mean, over the years, I've built with Synth DIY. I've built most of the phasers that are out there, and this has always been a personal favourite. And this particular incarnation started life as the Oakley Sound Equinox, which at the time, about 12 years ago, was a 4-stage phaser, and I expanded it out to 12 stages. And then we've kind of revisited it now, and with the blessing of Tony Allgood as well, because obviously it's although it's a small stone, he was responsible for introducing it into the modular world. So there's a few unique features on it, and one of them is that we can select the stage, so that we can for the output we can select which stage the output comes from, and we have.
I was just going to say, so you can classic 4-stage Smallstone this if you wish.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, so we can select the stage, and we can voltage control the wet-dry phasing amount.
That's missed a lot. We were talking, a couple of us yesterday, about this in your absence. Missing that dry-wet CV. That's the thing we often like to stand and ride, a bit like filter cut-offs and things. It's great to see that on there.
Yeah, yeah. And then the thing that's unique about this is that the emphasis or resonance, we have a switch so that we can select the resonance return as well. So we can take, for example, we can take the output from stage 4, but we can take the resonance from stage 7 or stage 12 or whatever, and this gives a huge variety of sounds. We also have voltage control of resonance too, and that's independent. So you can have if you turn the main the wet dry to fully dry, the voltage control will still introduce the feedback. So the emphasis will still work.
All right, wow. So you can feedback over the dry as well. Yeah,
and then another feature it has is it has a wet output, because normally with a phaser, what you do is it's a 50-50 mix of the income and dry signal against the phased signal. Obviously, in order for it to phase, it has something to phase against.
Yeah, much like chorus and flange, against the dry is where you hear those swooshes and notches coming in.
That's right. So what we've done here is we have a wet out, and we can use that as an external resonance loop. So we can take that to something like a flanger or whatever, and then we have another input here with a level control on, so that we can actually create 2 resonance loops, an internal and an external one.
Yeah, so you're encouraging, I mean, you can do it with multiples or stackables, but encouraging on the panel some feedback patching as well as the internal emphasis circuit.
It's but it's very important to have the 100% wet out to do that. You couldn't do that normally, because your output is a 50-50 mix.
Yeah, without the blend being.
Yes. Yeah. So right, so let's hear it. What we have here is just we just have some straightforward pink noise going through it, and at the moment both controls are turned to dry. So if we start with a 4-stage, so if we make it, let's see if we can make it sound like a normal Smallstone.
Well, it certainly sounds like my Smallstone.
Yeah. And then we start to introduce the emphasis. And as I say, we can fade off the normal wet dry to the output, and we still have that's just the resonance loop.
Okay, so dry and resonance, but none of the actual standard wet blend.
Yeah, yeah. But then the interesting thing happens when you start changing stages. So if we go up to, we'll take it up to an to an 8 stage. But because of the way the phaser works, each stage inverts, so that with a normal small stone, the output from stage 1 is inverted, and stage 2 is the right way up, stage 3 inverted, stage 4 the right way up.
So because it's even numbers, it works out.
That's right. But but what we can do is we can put odd numbers in. So if we put in, you can hear that there there's a huge low high pass filtering effect because of the phase cancellations that we're getting on that. And then we can go around.
So you're tapping the emphasis point different to the actual stage we've got set for the phaser.
And there's a lot of different sounds in there.
Can we hear that running over just a droning low pitch saw wave? There we go. Just to get an idea of how kind of vocal that character of the phasing is.
Yeah, it's very.
You can hear that phase cancellation hugely on that saw.
Yeah, I mean the thing with phasers, with all of them, is that it's very much one sound. They just have one phase and sound, and it could be on or off or faded.
That's why people end up with 4, because they want each of the potential options.
I mean the real attraction of this one is that it has so many different sounds in there. I mean there's
that's immediately more croaky. There's a lot more mid kind of throatiness on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference is huge.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of different. It can sound, can go very close to the tau phaser and the Schultz or the Schultz phaser, and it just covers a lot of ground. It's really just reinvented the analog phaser, because I don't think it's been done before in anything with this level of versatility, certainly in the analog domain.
No, I don't think so either. I guess I don't really like these kind of questions myself, but if I don't ask, someone's going to say price and when are we roughly going to see them?
Price, we're still waiting on finalising the price on it. We
should say these are early days.
Yeah, they're availability probably about 6 to 8 weeks.
All right, it's fairly close then.
Yeah. I mean, there's these are all production ready. Although the prototypes, they are actually pre-production. They're all ready to go. So probably 6 to 8 weeks. Price-wise, it's going to be between 300 and 350 quid. I would have thought. But don't
just in time for Christmas. A Christmas stocking filler.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, we'll cut to another video and we'll check out the other modules as well.